Coming up next is Terry Payne with some public information you might find interesting. Black gold, that's the stuff that a lot of people call the compost from the city's composting facility here on Davidson Drive off of Shady Grove Road. And here to explain the city's composting operation is Dennis Brunson, who's the pre-treatment coordinator for the city. Welcome, Dennis.
Hey, welcome, Terry.
The composting operation is a fascinating one, and chances are you've been down here either to pick up the finished product, that fine grade compost that you use in your garden, or perhaps you've dropped off brush at some time as well. So Dennis, tell us a little bit about the history of the composting operation.
Okay, well, this compost operation has been here for the last 17 years. We had a small beginning in the beginning. As a matter of fact, Terry, our composting operation was the very first composting operation in the state by a municipality. And so with that being said, it has evolved from that. We have done a lot of other things that has improved our compost operation here. And then plus two, it's been a very benefit for the public. It's a win-win situation for us because it gives us a way to dispose of our biosolids, as well as a way to where we can take green waste and mix it in and give it to the public for their gardens and their lawn.
Excellent. Well, we can see heavy equipment operating nearby today. What's going on? Tell us about the process of compost, how it's created.
Okay, with the heavy equipment that you see, our bulking materials, number of green waste that we bring in, that's a combination of leaves, shrubs, logs, which is no bigger than 26 inches in diameter and no longer than probably about 5 feet. And so we bring that in, we grind all that down into bulking material, which we put in as a mixture with our biosolids that comes from our wastewater treatment plant. And so once we mix that particular process up, in turn, it heats up the rows and it begins to cure the piles that we do have, and that in turn makes compost.
I see. How long does that whole process take?
It takes
from start to finish.
It takes anywhere from like 15 days starting off up to like 30 days.
And sometimes in the summertime, you're having to pump out the compost as fast as possible due to demand? Yes, we have a big demand, especially starting in the springtime when it warms up. Matter of fact, it works for us because compost, it takes the heat. It's just like us, in the wintertime, we kind of slow down, but when springtime comes, we're kind of like nice and perky. And so that's how our operation does the same exact way. I see. Okay, what types of material can you bring here to the compost facility? You can bring, it's strictly green waste. You can bring your yard clippings, branches, trees. If you bring trees, it has to be cut up in no bigger than 26 inches in diameter and no longer than 5 foot. And so, but anything else other than that, we don't accept. Now, who can come to the site to dispose of materials? Anyone, residential, commercial, haulers, they can bring it, whosoever let them will. If you got yard waste or anything, you can come and dispose of it here. Is there a fee involved? There's not a fee involved as far as the residents, but the commercial, like yard services, any larger contractors, they have to, pay a small fee. All right. And speaking of fees, there is a fee attached to the compost as well if you have it loaded in your vehicle for you. That's correct. If we have to load it for you, there's $6 for the first 3 yards, and anything after that, it's like $15. What about the hours of operation out here? Oftentimes people come on the weekend and they're not prepared. Well, according to hours of operations, we're open Monday through Friday from like 7 o'clock to like 5:30, and on Saturdays we're open from 8 to noon. And of course on Sundays we're closed. And also on our loading days where we have to load the compost for you, well, that's on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 5. So that's when a staff member is on hand at the composting facility to help you get that compost loaded into your vehicle. Right, that's correct. That's correct. Okay. And the hours change seasonally here? Well, to some extent. Sometimes it varies. It varies. Usually during the spring season when compost is very plentiful, we'll kind of extend those hours to like probably about 6 o'clock. So sometimes we'll kind of adjust it accordingly, depending on what type of. If there's a big demand, and sometimes there's a big demand, we'll kind of like
extended hours.
I see. Now, I understand there's a change on the horizon for the composting facility. Will you be offering any additional materials besides the compost that people expect?
Yes, we will. We have what a lot of our residents love, to leaf mulch. And so currently we grind those down. And so anything that leaves our composting operation, we like to check it and make sure all is well and everything is in order. And so we're grinding those down. And so eventually we'll start offering to where they can come pick up the leaf mulch.
Okay, great. Now, I know that we were the very first in the state to develop such an operation, and we still lead the state in the practices that we have here at the composting facility.
Oh, yes, most definitely. As a matter of fact, we have one of the best operations in the nation. And things, people have come to visit our operation, and plus with our wastewater treatment plant here, we put out good biosolids, and so that's something that's great. I'm well pleased to be a part of. And so with that being said, it's a great win-win, like I said, for our public, because they have somewhere they can dispose of their leaves instead of doing it the old-fashioned way, burning it. Well, they can bring it out here and we can use it. So that's a part of what EPA is kind of pushing now, is recycling. So if we can recycle as much as we can, not only do we recycle, but we also protect our water resources too.
And you can see that it's all related, and people are increasing in their awareness of how important it is to repurpose, recycle everything that they can these days.
That's correct. I think the word of the hour of the year in this day and time is to go green.
Yes. Well, this is a very green facility that everyone in Hot Springs can be proud of.
That's correct.
To wrap up today, let's remind everybody about the hours of operation again, and a phone number to call if they have any questions about the composting facility.
Okay, the hours of operation, like I was saying earlier, we're operating from Monday through Friday. That's from 7 o'clock to 5:30. And then also on Saturdays, we are open from 8 o'clock to noon. And of course, we're closed on Sundays. And our loading days are, of course, are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We load from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And if you need to contact, we do have a hotline, which is area code 501-321-6869. And also, we do have another number where if you want to contact someone, our compost personnel, it's area code 501-802-1756.
Well, thanks for the numbers and the information today, Dennis. If you haven't been out here but have been thinking about visiting the compost facility, don't be shy. Come on in through the double gates here on Davidson Drive, and you'll be amazed at the quality of the operation here, as well as the quality of the finished product, the compost, that black gold that everybody loves. Thanks for joining us today, Dennis. And next week, we'll bring you more city news.